You're misleading the public. You're lying to people.
We are part of a giant studio set. All the world's a stage, and you're on it.
Jesus Christ, who suck my dick? Suck my dick?
Suck my dick, Earth, with that bullshit.
Man's getting rude. Man's getting rude.
It could be a what's it? It could be an onion ring.
A hairless monkey zipping through the vacuum, or a potato rock.
Yeah, if we dumped what we found right now, we would be, it'd be bad. It would be bad.
Can't have can't have a flat earth and things making sense.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Jem's Flat Earth Sunday Roast. And I'm not in the right place on my intro sheet. I knew this would be a cock-up. Yes, good evening, YouTube. We're back once again with our randomly scheduled and very benevolent monthly roundup of news and views from across the benevolent plane in our Global Eye Tour Benevolence Show. I am your host, the never benevolent Jem, and joining me this evening are some cool guys to discuss some topics so hot they melt satellites. It's some very benevolent people from the Debate, Flat Earth and More Discord server. Cat, Curved Kosho, Quartus, did Quartus make it? Not yet. And Lewis, Scott, Cat and Quartus might be along later, we hope. How are you guys feeling? Are you feeling benevolent, is the question.
Very
Yeah, I feel really benevolent.
I might feel a little malevolent.
Malevolent is good. We need malevolence, I feel, this evening. So anyway, sorry to keep everyone waiting. We've been fraught with technical issues, mainly because I saved the file to the wrong drive, and that messed everything up. So, without further ado, in our last show, we promised we would try and find Mark Sargent's advert. We scoured the internet to find this eagerly awaited TV commercial featuring the self-proclaimed Mayor of Flat Earth, Mark Sargent. Here is the not very benevolent sellout shill in action.
Fools. They are everywhere.
Cheese.
Not a compliment. And they come in all shapes and sizes. Here we go. Who better to test the new foolproof iPhone app from Sportsbet than these Einsteins?
I personally believe that apps like such as Sportsbet, they make it easier for people to use, such as some
I'm with you.
people.
Yep, it's so easy. Even Botox Bradley here can use it without raising an eyebrow.
I'll never botch your head-to-head again.
And you make it look so natural. Carol here thinks she's about to inherit a Nigerian fortune. You know, love mightn't come easy, but Sportsbet's new iPhone app sure does.
Seems too good to be true.
Unlike your imaginary prince. Seriously, even flat earth expert Mark Sargent could use it. A bloke who thinks space is fake.
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, gravity. Even this idiot abroad can use it.
Yeah, it's dead easy. Ausbannen!
See you in the NT News, mate.
And we gotta save those people by making them learn about things that maybe they don't know.
I'll tell you what I do know. Even the permanently offended can claim a winner-winner chicken... vegan-based dinner.
So easy. It's outrageous!
It's a beauty.
It'll make a splash, all right. At least that's what former rugby league whiz kid Todd Carney believes.
Yeah, it's a piece of piss.
It's better when it's flat.
He's just a tad bit late, that's all.
Because they're not real things, because aliens are not real. Jesus is.
The all-new iPhone app from Sportsbet. It's foolproof.
Thanks, Broadspat.
What a rent to that then.
Oh my God, that was they were taking the piss out of so many different things there.
Right.
That was a really good commercial.
It's a brilliant commercial, wasn't it? It made me laugh.
Yeah. Mark didn't even have a starring role in that.
No, he didn't. And he kind of made out that he had a little bit. And also, you know, as the angle was as I predicted it would be and not as he said it would be. I can't remember his distortion of it, but basically,
Yeah, it really looked like there were flat earthers on the inside there helping make that commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? I especially like the way when they said the word fools, he appears on screen. Right at the beginning there. And
that's what sorry, go ahead, Jim.
Well, I was going to say, I think also what was interesting was that there's a mixture of sort of real and you know, just created characters there, isn't there? So there's the woman going to Nigeria, I assume is just a created character, as is the guy who's swimming with crocodiles. But then the beauty queen, I don't know whether that's just an actress playing that beauty queen, but we've probably all seen that video where there's some beauty queen and you know, they've asked her a question about world peace or something, and she blarts on for ages. So that was obviously either her or supposed to be her. And then the Todd Carney bloke is what did he say? Rugby is he? I think he's a rugby player.
Rugby, yeah.
And then you've got Mark Sargent, obviously, who's a real person. So it's kind of weird that they've compared, you know, got him on a list with these sort of totally fake people as well, you know.
But he seemed to fit in so well.
Yeah, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, I think the part that's kind of strange, because I've seen this before, but watching it this time, I was just thinking that, like, all those other people, whether they're actors or just making fun of themselves, like that rugby player, he's not making fun of rugby players, he's making fun of himself. Whereas Mark Sargent's not really making fun of himself. It's more like he's representing like the only reason he looks stupid is because they're trying to make his what he represents look stupid. You know, so he's kind of in a way like slapping his whole movement in the face.
Welcome, Quartz.
Am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead. Welcome.
Oh, good. Sorry, I didn't know if you could actually hear me, so I was waiting for an opportunity to make a noise. He was the only one of them who wasn't an actor pretending to be an idiot.
Yeah.
So I agree with Kosho entirely. Like he's just an actual idiot.
Right. That Todd Carney guy he'd had a couple of drink driving offences. The second one, where he'd basically refused to stop and then abandoned the vehicle, ran away from the cops, leaving his teammate in the vehicle, who stitched him up to the cops. And then his team fired the teammate and kept him.
Wow.
Right. Controversial. That's horrible. And then the piece of piss element is after that was his second drink driving offence. After that, he supposedly urinated on someone in a nightclub. So that's why they got that fountain there and the whole piece of piss joke thing going on.
Haven't we all at some point or another?
No.
No?
It's all Australian.
The terms of my release prevent me from discussing the incident.
I did really like in this commercial Miss South Carolina and her little bit about how we have to save these people, maybe teach them things about things they don't even know. I mean, that was like pretty fitting for the flat earthers, I thought. I don't know if anybody thought of that.
Aliens aren't real. Jesus is.
Yeah.
Apparently, somebody said, was saying there's a shorter version of this commercial, and Mark Sargent wasn't in it at all, because this is, quite a long version. So, and they often do that when they produce a commercial. They make a long version, and then they make a 1 minute, sometimes like a 90-second or 1 minute and a 30-second and things, and it's sometimes even a 10-second from it as well. So.
Right.
Probably the version they call the version that airs.
Right. I mean, I guess, because they have different uses, don't they? And sometimes, for instance, they'll play a longer one in a cinema, for instance, rather than on TV. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the first day it airs or something, they'll play one like that.
Right.
But yeah, they'll probably. I could see them not putting Mark Sargent because, like, if you think about what you would keep in that clip to cut it to 30 seconds, you probably wouldn't keep any of the Mark Sargent stuff.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
They
not
have
as
to introduce
relatable.
them, like, there's this long preamble where it's even Flat Earth or Mark Sargent, like, so yeah, it would get cut.
Yeah.
For sure.
What-
I want to see what acrobatics he goes through to claim that this is good in any way.
Right. I mean, basically what they say is, well, it's bringing attention to flat Earth. You know, it's what, and that's how some flat earthers at least have excused it. I haven't seen a lot of reaction from flat earthers, and I don't think that many have seen it, to be honest.
Yeah, I doubt they've seen it yet. Yeah, because where is it? To see it certainly isn't in the North American market yet.
Right.
You'd have to go hunting for it.
Well, we got it. I don't know where I got it from.
You went looking, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
unless Mark trots it around, I don't think a lot of them are going to see it. So you're going to have to publicize this thing. People need to see it.
I don't. A lot of flat earthers already kind of don't like him that much. I think, like, from the ones the ones that say anything about him, usually they say they don't like him. But I imagine that he's probably going to lose even more support from flat earthers because I can't see how they respond good to this.
That's why it needs to be publicized as widely as possible.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts are what I thought last time, really, is I don't think he cares. I think he thinks he can still be Mr. Flat Earth with or without YouTube support and community, you know? He's the one that's put his name out there. He's got his channel with all the views. He's got his phone number on it. He's the one that all the press ring. And he, I guess, to a large extent, he gets handed from one TV station to another. You know, some intern rings her mate from university and says, "Where did you get that guy from?" or whatever, you know, and before you know it, he's on another radio show or something. So I don't think he really needs them anymore, does he? I think maybe that's how he sees it.
I agree.
Oh, I think he does.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because
I'm
I
not
guess
sure he's a real flat earther.
I guess it leaves somewhat of a gap if he isn't. You know, they'll just find
if he had
someone
pulled
else.
a couple more stunts that pushed him into the mainstream so that he was more of a household name, then he wouldn't need them. But he didn't quite bridge that gap.
As Validation Boy just said in the chat, Mark Sargent is a the top brass, and thus he is ultimately despised. And that's true.
That's the trouble with trying to become the top of the pyramid of a bunch of loonies who don't trust authority, is that as soon as you're up there, you're no longer trustworthy.
Right, yeah. Flat Earth does have a way of sort of eating itself in that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what's next? It's a bit serious. In another follow-up to the last show, the directors of FE Core have waged war on free speech in a sorry attempt to silence their critics. Here is the always benevolent Sly Sparkane to bring us up to date.
This is just a short little update. Actually an affirmation. Just wanted to let you know that despite my best efforts, the attempt to allow cooler heads to prevail with FE Core has, well, from their side, they have decided to let that fail and lapse. I accept no excuses for why that didn't occur. There are 7 members of the board. Any one of them could have produced a response and linked it to my channel. Didn't even need to necessarily come from the FE Core channel itself, because I'm pretty sure that the folks who have control over that channel are still flying around on a powerboat on a vacation on the donor's dime in Hungary. So, just wanted to let you know that, again, there was no response. I received no email. I received no indications from YouTube that any actions were being taken to reinstate my videos. So, as far as the personal claims, there have been several channels that have been hit with erroneous and absolutely worthless privacy and copyright strikes, which will be deemed as illegal because there is absolutely no foundation for them. There's also a case at the Attorney General's office of the state of Indiana. So, and we have a case number for that as well. But again, that's the professional side. That has nothing to do with the personal side. I was attempting to ward off the lawsuits that are going to be filed against, well, actually have basically been filed. They've just been put on hold. The lawsuits against FE Corps and its members for all the things that I stated in the attempt that I made to, again, let cooler heads prevail.
Well, I suppose it'll be fun to see where that goes.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think about it? I mean, I think they've behaved very badly from what I've been told. Interestingly, although we featured his video on our show, it didn't get picked up. So we didn't get struck, even though, so ours is probably, even though it isn't the complete video, it's probably the only surviving version of that one that's out there. I don't know.
Could be. I'm glad he's playing through with it.
Yeah, if I hope he is.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, a whole bunch of re-uploads and mirrors have been spawned in support. But I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter. Everything that he has to do against them, like, isn't on YouTube. Like, he has actual legal claims. So
it's not dependent on either publicity or anything. Yeah, having a video up, that says X or Y for sure.
The whole point of the video is just to say, hey guys, look, this is happening.
Yeah.
Right.
And as it happens, to provoke them into some behaviors they shouldn't be engaging in, because it makes them look so much worse.
Yeah, that's true. It does. I just hope it stops, really, because I just hate all this sort of foul play. Why do just play by the rules,
Yeah.
Is how I see it.
It's late stage floundering, right? They've got nothing else, and they've said that. I mean, Karen said that, right? You've seen the clip with her talking about how they're doing this because they can, because they don't appreciate what he's saying about them.
Oh no, I've not heard that. Where's that from then?
Yeah. Oh, I'll have to get you a source, but I got it from the Discord, so I heard it just the other day.
All right, that's interesting. Not heard that one. I've been kind of bogged down with stuff, and it's easy. Sometimes it moves quite quickly in Flat Earth, and you start missing things. So
yeah,
I seem to have done. Anyway, okay, an epic piece we've got coming up now. As you probably know, the Globe Live Euro Tour started last weekend, and it has already provided us with a whole show full of content, as the terminally willfully ignorant attempt to dupe the British public into believing that a silly internet meme is actually reality. Now, this was all going quite well until day 5, when the tour team decided to attach their banners of bullshit to the railings of the local church. Church officials were unimpressed by this and voiced their objections, sending tour organiser and gangster girl Roxanne Glenn into a sesquipedalian rage. Good word, huh? Check out this rather long clip. You really need to see it all. Where is she? She's here.
Wow. Lisa's talking to a vicar. That's so cool. Okay. Oh, you right, darling? No? Okay. Okay. So we're being told that the vicar's not happy about us being here. So I think we're going to get moved. I think we're going to get moved. We've got a lot of suits that have just walked off. I'm going to show you them, actually. So we've got the vicar, not happy. about us being outside the church. Chat room want to chime in? Because we'll have a full-blown argument. I'll go for it. I'll bring you all into the argument. How about that? How about you all chime into this argument and we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. So who's down? Who's down for putting in their 2 cents worth for why we shouldn't be moved from outside the church? Go for it.
Yeah, guys. Take one of them?
No, thank you.
No,
thank
no?
you. And
You
can you
okay?
not record me?
That's
can
okay.
you turn that off, please? I need to have a word.
No, okay.
No.
No, that's fine. No, oh, excuse me, that's quite rude of you.
Yes, and this is
Is
also...
your friend always this rude?
Well, you've actually been incredibly rude.
Okay.
Because may we now remove this?
Excuse me.
Because this is attached to our property.
Yeah, excuse me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Right, excuse me.
We're politely requesting. Thank you so much.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Look. Okay, but now you're touching my property now. If
Could
that
you
comes
kindly
down
remove...
and injures somebody,
Could you kindly remove this, please? The Church of England has nothing to do with this.
So the church.
I know that.
The church is getting
Just,
upset. Which church do you belong to? This church?
Well, yes, this one.
Okay.
Which you...
And your name is?
My name's Reverend Graham.
Reverend Graham. Nice to meet you.
And
because I'd like to speak to you like just a normal.
No, I understand.
What's a human being to human being?
Absolutely, and I've heard the arguments.
Which arguments?
Well, all of them about the world is flat, and frankly, I don't.
I'm not claiming the world is flat.
Well, then
we
why
don't live
does
on
it
a
say?
globe. We're just asking for proof why you think that we live on a globe. That's all it is.
Because
We're
it's
asking proof.
there. The proof is there.
Where? Where's this proof?
That I'm.
I've got to say something. I've got to say something. I've got to say something about the scriptures they read, man. They're own silly that they're doing this. I've got to. Not triggered or anything, guys. Don't worry. I'm not going to say anything silly.
No, but usually, if I can just explain.
Oh, please do, as long as I can explain as well.
Yeah, the organisations.
What seems to be the problem, sir? What seems to be the problem? What's up?
Could you kindly remove your property from our property? Dishinge that, and also remove the banners from our area here in front of the church.
Just the property.
Yeah, or your.
Why? Why is that?
Because you're attached to private.
Yeah, we'll get off the property. But other than that, what's the problem? Why are you so angry? Why are you so uppity about it?
We do not.
I thought you were benevolent. I thought you were benevolent, sir.